Welcome. We are live. It is a live watch party. Afternoon, everyone. Chilling. Watch party's gonna have us do 60 push-ups on your 60 is quite a lot. Maybe 20. 20 push-ups on your knuckles. But I don't know about 60. That's a lot. Thank you for coming in, everyone. Here we go. Yes. There's not a whole lot to talk about. There is one thing that came out. I'll bring it up here in a minute. Oh, my goodness gracious. Everyone, Brianna's here. Oh, boy. Good morning from New Zealand. Yes, good morning. Here in America, we had our time skip today. time jump. It's like a time jump in a show, except it's only 1 hour. Yeah. Which I was just telling some people that I don't mind the time jump, but I wish it was later in the. If you spam, you will be muted. Yes. G Rock, the producer, is trying to spam. Anyway. So where are we? Oh, yes. So we had a time jump. Cobra. Shoot. Hello, Cobra Kai Talk. Thank you for coming on in. So Silver's going to make Kyler do 60 push-ups on his knuckles. You know, we haven't seen Silver give out push-ups like that. Is that a Kreese thing or is that a Silver thing? We'll see. It's going fine for me, Edward. Thank you. The time jump sucks. Yeah. I don't know. That it is what it is. I always just think it should be later in the month. They moved it up like 10 years ago or something to early March. It used to be like late March or something. And I think the whole thing is stupid. But Strike First Media, thank you for coming in. So what was I going to talk about? Oh, yes. Let's see. We got a few people. So there were some new spoilers yesterday. It came from where everything season 5 has been coming from, basically the Puerto Rico shoot. So there was a spoiler. I don't even know who originally posted it. But there is a video that was shot very clear from someone who was working on the set in Puerto Rico. Of like a moment, scene dash moment in the Puerto Rico, Mexico storyline. It looks kind of important. I wasn't going to cover this one. This one looked like a little bit more significant. Not something like that would be necessarily in the trailer or something, because it does look like more of a key moment, but it's out there. And, and I have, people talking to me, and I know, Nerd Faso or whatever, the Brazilian YouTuber, I think he put out a video on it in Portuguese, because he's the Brazil, so it's out there. And it looks like there's just more spoilers coming from the Puerto Rico part of the season 5 shoot. We had some obviously back in December where it was like, it was like stuff, but it didn't look necessarily like major. Nothing that maybe be in the trailer, right? Like, the closest we have is maybe it was like we saw Miguel's dad, or we see who's Miguel's dad's going to be, but most of the stuff wasn't that major. Other than maybe Miguel's dad, which we don't have confirmed, but it looks like it's him. but what came out yesterday does look like a significant moment. So, oh yeah, and I saw, John, I know you asked this on Twitter. It I don't think the Puerto Rican shoot, even if they signed NDAs, it's not really as enforceable, because in like the United States or something, people are very intent on not breaking an NDA because, otherwise they won't cast you next time. But, they're probably not going back to Puerto Rico. So it's like, just the random extras or something who are doing it just to have fun, kind of like they're not losing anything, so, and I don't even know if they signed NDAs, I don't know what it's like for Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rico shoot. So I don't even know if they did. But obviously they didn't care. I mean, for the most part, most of the stuff that was out wasn't necessarily, I think, major stuff, but Puerto Rico is part of it. Well, yeah, but obviously whatever down there, the culture was different. The people everyone was just posting their stuff. So, I don't know the specifics, obviously. I mean, you can ask them, but it seemed like no one was trying to keep it a secret. That's what I'm saying, like it was like all the extras and everyone on set, obviously, like you just see it's, they all were happy to post their pics and shots that they filmed right there on set, so it wasn't as big of a consideration. So, but the big point is, yes, there's a little bit more of a significant spoiler that came out yesterday. So I be aware. I don't think I will cover it. I don't. But there are some things in it, like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Like, so I saw it, but I'm not gonna cover it. So just be aware. Hello from Peru. Hello. Back to you, Rainer. Watch Party fan page. Hey, man. The best fan page on Instagram. Give them a follow. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Teddy's in here. Hey, gang. Yes. Hey, gang. Okay. Reed asking, will we ever get a season with more than 10 episodes? Yeah, I know people have asked this a lot. I don't think so. And I don't think anyway that's like what the show needs either. Like I've said, I think just a little bit more time in the 10 episodes they have. I think, honestly, an average of 5 to 7 more minutes can probably really help the show breathe. 7 on the top end. I don't think I don't think they need necessarily more episodes. It's not necessarily a need for more episodes, but there is a feeling that like it's very condensed, and they are having to skip over some things occasionally. That's how I felt in season 4. There are some things that just kind of got skipped over, and the show still worked, obviously, but it's still good, but there, it felt like the show has gotten a little bit too big for its current format. So we'll see. Just a little bit more runtime, and I honestly, I don't even think it needs to be a lot. Like it doesn't, you don't need like hour-long episodes, 20, 30 minutes more an episode. No, I don't think they need that. Like, I mean, the format is good the way it is. Everything, the show works very well, right? We know that. We love it. It works, but it did feel like in season 4, there was just a little bit more story than they could tell. They had the time to tell. And I honestly, I just think like an average of 5 more minutes an episode would be the. Thank you, Riley, for just stopping in. Thank you. We hope to have a good stream. Steven was way too tight, packed with what we got and packed with what we didn't. It's frustrating to hear about everything we lost. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Brianna over on Cobra Kai Companion, they have some good interviews with the writers. They have one with Michael Jonathan Smith that just came out last week. He wrote episode 3 and episode 9, but this particular interview is about episode 3. And then they have another interview with oh my God, I'm gonna forget their names. But the guys who wrote episode 2 and episode 8, the interviews about episode 2. But those are really good interviews, and they do occasionally talk about some deleted scenes, and stuff, and like, yeah, just more even than the deleted scenes, like just stuff that wasn't covered at all too, like because they didn't have time. Whenever a new season comes out, it feels like a holiday. Yes, you are correct. It does feel like a holiday. You know, it helps when it's coming out around like Christmas, New Year's. It really is like a holiday. So, there are some very dedicated Miguel Tori shippers, I guess. But yes, definitely. Okay, yeah, Joe and Luan, is that how you say his name, Luan? Because I keep wanting to say Lou, like I keep thinking, but I know it's not Lou, and I'm like, is Luan, Joe and Luan? Yeah. By the way, those two, I do recommend their interviews. They're probably like my favorite writers in the show. You know, maybe other than the big three, because like they wrote like my favorite episodes. Going back to season 1, they wrote Quiver. Great moment. They just really knock it out. So yeah, they wrote episode 2 and episode 8. I know. Great interview. Great guys. It's funny. By the way, it's just funny. Like, you know, they're very kind of like humble. Like all the writers, like they write this amazing stuff. But when you see the interview, they're kind of like humble, almost a little shy. Luan with like a W. Luan is how it's pronounced. Luan. Okay. Thank you. I'll try to remember that. That's how to pronounce his name. What did you think of? Oh yeah, the champion wear. Oh, I should have taken it and did a review. I do think I was looking at it like last night in bed or something. It's almost worth if we had a but the champion wear. It's not bad. It's a little better than what we saw originally. Some of the other stuff. I'm not in love with it. Some of it's good. Like some of it like just frustrates me. Like the Miyagi-Do stuff. Like there's like some Miyagi-Do pants or sweatpants or something that I thought were really good. But like they took the logo of the bonsai tree. And then they like added a guy with a crane kick, and it's kind of like that frustrates me because I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why do we need a guy with a crane kick? Like that's so annoying to me. Anyway, let me see. Hold on, maybe we can find. Like, but the Cobra Kai pants or whatever were pretty good. Yes, Brianna's right. Hit the like button. By all means. The spoiler, it was on Twitter, but I don't even know who originally posted it. Nerd Fasao, I think is his name. He's Brazilian and he runs a Portuguese language channel, like mostly talking about Cobra Kai stuff. And I think he made a video on YouTube about it. But I'm not sure. Why is this not showing up? Oh, what else is new? Sorry guys, I was gonna pull up the champion clothes, but of course it's like not showing up. The Cobra Kai jacket they wore at the end. Let's see. Hold on, this is the whole thing. Let me see, guys, if I can shoot. No, this is what I want. Okay, let's take a look real quick. That's okay. Here, let's like look through this real quick. Oh, I didn't see the whole collection here. This one, oh, shoot. Don't do it again. What happened? Will Tori and Sam ever be friends like that? Senses. Oh, I think they'll come together in some fashion. You know, if not friends, at least understanding. This is kind of an interesting one with Tori there. I mean, I guess this is more of a girl shirt, but so that's an interesting one. This, no, I don't want 15% off. Here's some pants. Like, it's not as cool as what was in the show, but I guess it's not bad. I don't know. This is I guess leggings. So you girls tell me, are these leggings you would want to wear? Like, this is kind of cool though. Like I think, I don't know. When you mess with the Cobra, you get the fangs. I mean, I don't know if I'm in love with this color palette, but you went blank for a few seconds. Oh. Well, we see, yes, I do. In fact, I know something came out back when they were filming season 5 about this, and the people thought it was about season 4, but I realized it was about season 5, and it's about this Kreese and Joe. Generic. Yeah, that's probably true. Like the stuff in the none of it's as good as the stuff in the show. Yeah. Basically the stuff Frank Helmer, the costume designer, everything they were wearing is like 100 times cooler. Like, which makes you wonder, like, who's in charge of the stuff for the show. Where's the rest? I was looking at 29. But I was looking like there's some like Miyagi-Do stuff. Oh, page 2 of okay. No leggings are worth $50. Okay. But don't they have like leggings for like $100 at Lululemon? Like there's like those and then there's like those other high-end shops that sell like leggings that are like really, really expensive or something. Like, okay. $75. I thought it was $60. Did it go up in price? Like it's okay. Like the Cobra Kai Never Dies. I don't know if I'd pay $75 for it, but you know, like the pants, you know, these are okay, I guess. These are men's, I guess. Like I did think like where's the Miyagi-Do one? Like I thought these Miyagi-Do pants, I'm not even sure what that says, but I thought this looked pretty good. Like for some reason that was kind of cool to me. But what I don't like is you see the Miyagi-Do logo, what they did with the Miyagi-Do logo. Like I just don't like that they have Miguel with the crane kick there. Or whoever. Like why do we need the crane kick? Like this logo is like iconic. You don't need the crane kick there. Yeah. John, we'll definitely see. Think of it like this. You know, John Hurwitz and the writers, they've talked about how much they love those characters, and if they love the characters, they'll find a way to work them in. It may not necessarily be in season 5, but they'll find a way to bring them back. You know, so it's like how I always knew Stingray would be back because, you know, they love Stingray. They just listen to him. They talk about how much, oh, I love Stingray, you know, so he'll be back. And I imagine they'll find a way to work him in, but I don't know when or where, but they'll find a way. But yeah, so like I don't like this crane kick. Like this like I would like it to be the way it was in the movie, in the show, like the actual thing. I don't like that they add that to it. I mean the shirt's maybe not bad otherwise. That's kind of cool actually. Like I like this. I think that's cool, but I don't like that they had the crane kick. I do think the Miyagi-Do pants are cool. I mean hoodie, same thing. That's kind of generic. Eagle Fang. So some of this is like generic stuff. The Eagle Fang pants aren't really special to me. I think the Miyagi-Do pants, or even the Cobra Kai pants, these ones. But yeah, so that's my review of the stuff. Like it's interesting, but probably not worth the money. Yeah. So Brianna agrees with me. Okay. So yeah, hopefully they'll yeah. I don't understand why they do that. My assumption is like the brand people are like, well, we got to do something that's unique to our brand, you know. So they come up with that, but it annoys me because that's not what I want. Like I like something that feels like if it's like a Miyagi-Do shirt or a Cobra Kai shirt, something feels like they would actually be wearing in the show, like that feels in universe. Something like Daniel would actually say, oh, you know what, let's wear these shirts, you know. Daniel's not into that, but like something if he did, you know. And here you see there, right there, you know, Tori wearing these clothes. These clothes look cool. So hopefully that'll come out. Yellow is so jarring too. Yeah. Yeah, it feels a little bit intense. Although it's still better. I think it's better than the Eagle Fang red. But I don't know if he'll have kids or a family or something, but I don't necessarily think they're going to be introducing more like kids for more rivalry. They already have, they already have more kids than they can handle. Especially like if you figure Devin, she's like a recurring character or something, but honestly, her screen time was so low. They have to do something. Contenders, yeah. If you like Contenders. Contenders has at least a little bit unique stuff. I don't necessarily know if it's what I'm looking for, but they do have a little more unique. Sam should have joined Eagle Fang. I kind of agree. And something like, I was just talking about Devin. Like, I feel like the problem is in episode 7, Devin comes into Eagle Fang, and it really feels like the second half of Sam's story arc. She's coming in, she's bonding with Johnny, she's talking about movies she watched. Sam who likes movies, and it's like we have a girl bonding with Johnny twice in episode 7. It's actually a little odd. But they wrote themselves into this corner with how they set up the All Valley, so they felt like they had to introduce Devin, even though she didn't really do a whole lot. So I mean, I'm sure she'll be expanded in season 5. Can you make them bigger? Not easily. So the problem is, I can do this, but here's the problem. If you guys write too much, it'll go off the screen. But we can try. Is that a little better? It's just if I click on a big comment, it can go off the screen. But so this whole thing that I have the chat messages here. It's this weird workaround because the software I use doesn't actually support this. And so I was looking and found this weird like workaround that's not intuitive, but it's there, it helps. So I think it could also be because we're in broadcasting in 4K. So we'll see. Yeah, we all thought it was Devin. We thought it was Devin because there's like, who the heck else is it going to be? Apparently she's a real gymnast. At least the girl who plays Piper. Apparently she's a gymnast. What widget are you using? It's called Chat Overlay or something. It's a Chrome extension. So I go on to the control panel and I can pop out the chat, and then with this extension that I then put on Streamlabs OBS. Brianna, I'll send you basically I'll find the video I clicked on that basically explains how to do it. It's like a Chrome extension, and then you do a few other things. Yeah, see here now it's if I click on a long one, it'll because I appreciated her character's identification with Johnny. Sure, Sam was able to relate with Johnny in some aspects, but Devin brought out something different that we haven't seen before. Did she? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I just they were both sort of connecting with Johnny for sure. Um, and the fun thing is like, they set her up as like this girl on debate, you know, but she's like a hard ass well, what's the word I'm looking for? Like basically at the end of episode 6 where she's like throwing and she rips the book up and it's like, oh wait, she is exactly what Johnny's looking for, Um, yeah, I mean, definitely. And so, Bert, does Bert have a crush on Devin? It seems like it, doesn't it? It even seemed like at the tournament, like he's like so happy for her. So we'll see if would he? Yeah, I think I've seen people talk about that. I don't know much about the Miles Spider-Man, so I don't know much about that. But I have seen other people say that Green Ninja. Because he's going to, well, we won't see much of Sam and Johnny. Well, that's probably correct. Their interaction will be less. Um, I think it's just various reasons, for why the story is the way it is. But so Tristan, I don't have a good answer for you. Um, but that's how it is, and I think they kind of closed out Aisha's storyline, so it went good. Love the karate. I like how you call them the karate babies. Um, they are adorable. I don't quite know how old Devin is. Was she like a freshman? Like, is she maybe the same year as Nate and Bert, which would then be 1 year older than Kenny? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle that next year. Well, yeah, Bert never actually came up and said he had a crush on her. He just said, like, just kept recommending Devin because he's like, no, there's this girl in debate, but it seems like it. It seems like it. He didn't come out and say it. He went to prom with someone else. Devin are definitely in game. There you go. Yeah, and then Nate and Lexi. Yeah, Piper has history with Moon, obviously. Right. Yeah, she was at the high school. So that makes sense. Johnny took, yeah, it's a good moment. Johnny Johnny will be bridge of Robbie and Miguel, and Robbie will be bridge of Tori and Sam. Um, okay, I understand I had to think about it. What you were saying here. Um, yeah, hopefully. Anyway, that's sort of the hope. Is if Johnny can bond with Robbie a little bit here in season 5, maybe it helps bring um, Robbie and Miguel back together, and then Tori and Sam is going to be a little bit more work, and we'll have to see. I don't even necessarily think Robbie wants to bridge Tori and Sam together. You know, he's not exactly happy with Sam at the moment. So I think it may be something different with Tori and Sam. We'll see what happens. Sam will grow envious of Tori. Amanda strengthening their bond. Envious, like jealous? I don't necessarily think so. You know, and I'm not convinced this Tori and Amanda bond will continue into season 5. You know, we'll see how what Amanda thinks of the All Valley tournament and everything. Perk and pull girls, yeah. Bert's hot prom date, yeah. Bert and Nate both pulled hot prom dates. He was gonna the slow dance is where he was gonna make his move. It's kind of hard to answer what ifs. I mean, that's why people write fan fiction. Like, what if Cobra Kai didn't win? I think maybe it still happens the way it happens. You know, Terry Silver had already set Kreese up. Remember, that was put into motion before even the tournament. So Kreese gets arrested and Terry Silver expands anyway, I guess. So the show continues on. There's always the replay if you missed the live stream. But we did a little look at the Champion clothing line. Have a hard time with Robbie because Miguel and I understand why Robbie is in Mexico. I'm not necessarily sure. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think it'll like. It's not like Miguel will be like, "Why is Robbie here?" Like, I think like he understands. They're different, Tristan. The season 1 All Valley is better than season 4 All Valley. I mean, definitely season 4 is bigger in scope. The championship fights were just big and amazing. The Robbie Hawk fight, and then the Sam Tori fight as well were as good fights as we've had in the series. So, you know, some of the lead up was a little bit of a letdown, but definitely the championship fights in season 4 were bigger and better. Oh, Cobra Kai, I didn't realize you were here. Miguel and Robbie become allies in order to advance other subplots and ultimately in Cobra Kai. Yeah, definitely by the end of season 5, you feel like something's going to happen or bring them together. Yes, Mad Silver is a fun Terry Silver. So definitely, I agree. It's fun to see Terry Silver go that way from everything, from costuming to everything. Yeah, some people have said this. I'm not sure which interview that was. Anthony picking up karate real quick with Chosen. Was that a recent interview? Was it filmed or was it a print interview? Maybe I'll look for it. It's worth a video. I'll see. We'll see. How many? Oh, I don't even know. I've watched it start to finish several times, and I tend to watch because I make videos. Obviously, since I make videos, a lot of times I rewatch certain scenes or parts of episodes. So I'll watch it actually many times but not necessarily in order. And it's always like that for me. So I'll be very familiar with the season and have seen it many, many times. Not necessarily in order though. But even then, I've watched it start to finish several times. That's a good question. We'll have to see. My assumption is Terry Silver kind of makes moves to basically put her on his side, to get her committed to him. So, and we'll see if other things happen with like her mom or whatever. Miguel Kumiko kind of relationship Mexico bad. I mean, they built his in San Francisco. I don't know what you mean. There is no Miguel Kumiko relationship or even kind of relationship. I don't think Miguel is going to find his father, not a girlfriend. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know why some people think that, but I see nothing to indicate that. Season 1 was more consistent. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Season 4 was bigger. I mean, it was over 2 episodes, but you enjoy the whole ride more, while the destination was a little bit more fun in season 4, if that makes sense. Yeah, Hawk and Miguel, they'll probably have another fight, especially because Jacob and Sholo themselves love it when they fight each other so much. Yeah, maybe they'll have a rematch of some kind. Makes sense. You kind of wish you do kind of wish their fight at the All Valley had been a little bit more. Maybe Miguel scored a point before he hurt himself or something like that. Just a little bit more. Love your videos. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Antioquus. It's great that people come in and support the channel. There hasn't been much out recently, partially due to lack of news, partially because I was sick for a while. But I'm gonna try to put something out too. And I've been working on other stuff. That's a good question. Because really, basically, Briar, what you're asking here is, what episode? Like, how long will the whole Mexico storyline run? And it could run a while. Like, I think it'll be longer than the Okinawa storyline in season 3, which was like 2 episodes. This could be half the season. So it may be episode 5. Episode 6, he gets back. Maybe it wraps up in episode 5. So I think it could be a while. Enjoyed the ride more in season 1. Yeah, that's referring to the tournament. Rambo Last Blood. I didn't actually see that movie, so I don't know. But any season like a Rambo movie, it feels like. Cobra Kai music. Yeah. I kind of agree, any Hawk's storyline, it's kind of where a lot of the characters are. Hawk and Hawk with Dimitri too. What's next for them? Where do they go? They'll come up with something, but I even felt like in season 4 for an All Valley champion, Hawk had stuff happening, of course, but it was kind of a little bit minor. Like it would come and then it would be gone for a few episodes, and then he comes back with some plot points and stuff. Oh, here we go again. Daniel go through a mental relapse. Much worth brings Barnes in. No. I don't think Daniel will go through a mental relapse. He has his balance. So, while there will be some issues, I don't think that'll be a major challenge to him. He knows he can beat Barnes. He did. Do you think Miguel and Tori will have a scene in season 5? Yes. I do. I really do. I think they will. Because they like to hint at that. Season 4, yeah, probably the Hawk Robbie fight. I mean, that was just insane, intense. You know, it's about everything you'd want in a fight. Like, I mean, a great fight scene. I liked when Terry Silver fought too. I mean, Johnny, and even when he fought Robbie there in episode 4, like that's like fun for me. I really love watching Terry Silver fight. So, since Hawk is champ, what else are they do with him? We'll see. I think I have some ideas on Daniel using Hawk to sort of expand Miyagi-Do and such. We'll see. As far as we know, Miguel was leaving for Mexico City, but that could just be where the bus is. So my suspicion is maybe his dad is off in some suburb of Mexico City or whatever, but somewhere in that area. You know, we'll see. Kreese try to kill Silver? No, but Kreese isn't going to let Silver get away with what he did. More Terry fight scenes. Yes, Teddy. I agree. Like, I mean, his fight scenes were all cool. I hope we get maybe a Terry Silver versus Chosen fight scene or 2. Do you think Robbie and Carmen will get a scene in season 5? You know, that could happen. Late season. Or, well, you know what? Maybe even before they leave for Mexico. We'll see. We'll see how this before they leave to Mexico plays out. Because I don't know when or how it's going to happen. But, something of some sort. This is actually good. And this is what I think is actually going to happen. At this point we know, Johnny is going to Mexico. Robbie's going with him. So then you kind of sit there and think, well, what is Carmen going to do? Because there could be a couple episodes there in Mexico. What are they going to have Carmen doing? Like just like on the scene, on the phone talking to Johnny or something? Like I can definitely see a bond between Carmen and Sam over like Miguel, over Johnny, while that's going on. So I think like something like this could happen. We're talking like episode 3, episode 4, something like that. And it's one bonding we haven't had yet. And I've been thinking would happen or show up at some way or another since the end of season 2. So we'll see. They can bond over being mad at Miguel for leaving the way he did. Like, there's a lot of ways you can write that, to be kind of fun and casual, like fun bonding. So watch my video. I made a video kind of about Miguel and his dad in Mexico and the actor we think is playing him. But I think that's at least how he'll be presented at first. We'll see where it goes, but I think he'll be presented as like a changed man. Maybe he left Ecuador for Mexico because he was leaving his old life behind. Like that's the reason he's in Mexico now. So and whether it holds up or his past catches up with him, we'll see. But I think when you first meet Miguel's dad, yes, he won't be like the very bad man we keep getting told. So he'll be something, be like, oh, wow, this is like a good guy, He has his own karate dojo and, stuff like that. So, yes, at least at first, that's how we'll see him. We'll see where the story goes from there, but definitely. Oh, someone asked me this the other day. I'm a fan of the blue. I think the blue is my favorite so far. The purple had potential. We just didn't get enough of it. But I think I'm a fan of the blue the most so far. Hawk's best color. Will Miguel's dad immediately recognize him as his son? No. Especially since he doesn't know he has a son. So we'll see how. It'll be an interesting scene to watch. Well, yeah, says that he looks like him, but he's not going to like just see someone and be like, oh my God, it's my son. Like, no, so we'll see how this scene plays out. It'll probably be what will convince him is that Miguel knows everything about Carmen. You were married to Carmen, blah, 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 back in Ecuador, and then she left. Teddy does not like my choice of blue. I don't know what Teddy likes. They fight before they team up in Mexico. Yeah. It may not be an angry fight, but like maybe even a friendly sparring match at the karate dojo in Mexico. We'll see. Yellow at some point. Interesting theory. Like to see more of the purple. Yeah. I think one of the problems with the purple is we didn't quite get enough of it. Like right there. I mean, it looks good. It's the fan. It's got a good vibe. I'm sitting there looking at it and I'm like, I agree with Moon. It's got like a good vibe. But yeah, we just didn't get enough of it. Anush and Louie and Miyagi-Do. Yeah, it's not Anush's style. Or Louie's style, for that matter. Who hates Robbie? They've moved past their hate. Okay, so this question, who visits Kreese in jail and will run into train crews? No, I don't think he'll run into train crews necessarily. I don't see that. But here's the thing. I don't think anyone's going to visit Kreese in jail. And I'll tell you why. Daniel obviously isn't. Johnny's focused on going to Mexico and Miguel anyway. I don't think he would anyway. And as the only other person would maybe someone like Tori, but I think Terry Silver is going to tell her not to. So Terry Silver will give her a story and say, don't visit him. So I think no one's going to visit him in jail. I think Kreese will be on his own. Yeah, the purple was great. Red is superior. I didn't like the spiky part of it, the red. I kind of liked the fan when he wore it more like a fan than the spiky. Red as a fan might have been better. No, Agni Kai. No. I don't think Miguel is dating anyone in Mexico. Nor Robbie. Well, if it is a Kreese suffering the consequences of his actions. Yes, I guess that would be so. But like, I think that the one thing, like I said, Tori's the one person who might have gone to visit him, but she may get manipulated by Silver not to. So, listen, in this fandom, people will hate anyone. So, I think Robbie really started growing on me in season 3, and I always felt like the problem is it took Robbie a couple seasons to where he really got kind of interesting to me anyway. But I think Robbie has a lot more fans and defenders than he used to. Cobra Kai World likes the spikes. Yeah, I guess. When is your next? I'll try to get a video out in a couple days. Either it'll be on Cobra Kai and Kreese, or I'm gonna look for what Mary said about Anthony. We'll see. People have talked about this, but I didn't see that interview, so I don't know what people were referring to. He's in jail for something Terry did. Yes. Irony of ironies. Yes, he's Kreese is a innocent man who's been framed. How horrible. Silver ghosted Cheyenne. Yes, he did. Poor Cheyenne. Who is it I was listening to? Oh, wait. It was was it Cobra Kai Companion? You guys, do you have your episode 3 recap out? Who was it? I was listening to a recap, and I think maybe it was you, Brianna, and you guys were like, Cheyenne, get some self-respect, because she kept texting Kreese. God, I can't keep them straight. And I was like, well, is the right way? No. Okay. It's not. Okay. I don't remember who it was. Unless it was. Oh, well. Coconut asks multiple times, do you think Miguel's dad will be in seasons other than 5? Obviously you can't answer that question because we don't know what they're going to do with his dad. Is he a reformed man? Is he a very bad man? Still, depending on the way they take the story, it's possible. Like you can't rule it out, but that doesn't say much. All you can say is it's possible. You have to just wait and see. Eliza Lee in a comment that's cut off. The work to shine more light on Robbie makes you feel personally. Yeah, I agree. Like to me, it took a while. It took like till season 3 before Robbie started getting interesting for me, and I was like, oh, I like that. But I do like I really like Robbie's character now, and I liked it in season 4. I was really rooting for him to win the All Valley, even though I'm such a Hawk fan, and it sounds like I was really rooting for him. And I'm curious to see what they have in store for Robbie in the future. Definitely. Probably not, but I don't think we'll see that matchup. Julie Pierce versus Mike Barnes. Yeah. I mean that it'll be all off screen, if that even comes up. That's you know, they aren't gonna get in. They don't get into that stuff. You know, they brush it past it very quickly and easily. Would Daniel have killed Kreese? No. In the end, I don't think he would actually kill him. Brianna thinks it. He might have just hit him. I'm not sure. We'll see if they go with this whole storyline of the custody stuff and her brother. But I tend to think Terry Silver may step in first before the LaRussos. You know, in a custody fight, a legal fight could be expensive. I don't necessarily think, you know, it's one thing to let her back into the school, but, you know, hiring a lawyer for a legal fight is quite a bit. Well, yeah, basically anyone who's not in Cobra Kai hasn't interacted with Silver. So, oh, sorry, your comments cut off, but basically just asking about, we'll see Miguel and Silver, but I don't think we'll get Miguel and Silver in season 5 or much of it. I don't know what you're asking. To have odd with his dad. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I'm not actually sure which part of their relationship you're asking about. I don't necessarily think Miguel and Silver will fight. Weirdly, the fight I actually kind of want to see is I would like to see Bobby fight Silver, and one of the reasons I like to see that fight is just because, you know, Ron Thomas is a good martial artist in real life. He's kept up, but you know he's got all his moves, much like Thomas Ian Griffith. Since they're the two like actual like martial artists in real life, that's why I kind of just want to see a Bobby versus Silver fight, because maybe it could be kind of cool. Yeah. If Tori's working for Silver and still going all Cobra Kai, that's why I'm not convinced. You know the Tori Amanda connection we saw in season 4 is necessarily going to continue into season 5. When Watch Party is confused by comments, it's so funny. I guess so. Yes, I do like the color schemes. I think, for whatever it's worth, the black and yellow of Cobra Kai, the white and blue of Miyagi-Do, and then the red black of Eagle Fang. It's all cool. Question that's always asked. They have always answered, we hope for at least 6. They've hinted they could do a little bit more, maybe 7. I tend to think maybe they're thinking 7. Like their thinking was always, we'd love to have 7 seasons, but if we have to, we could do it in 6. So that's kind of what I think they've been thinking. So certainly Cobra Kai is popular enough. Hopefully, they keep the ball rolling, so to speak. Silver makes her go feral. Is that a girl thing? Do you girls go feral? My girlfriend loved Terry Silver as well. She's like, Terry Silver was awesome. Yeah, I don't know if he takes over Eagle Fang or what, but yeah, I would love to see Bobby come back in a larger role, kind of like the way we have Chosen. Season 5 obviously is going to give us Chosen, but yeah, I definitely would love to see Bobby back in a larger role like that. Will Anthony have to go behind Daniel's back? No, I don't see why. I don't know. Maybe Daniel thinks he wouldn't be good. No. I think Daniel wants Anthony to learn. He's always wanted Anthony to learn. Just Anthony has not been into it. I think Anthony needs to learn from Chosen. I think he needs to learn from someone who's not his father. So I think that'll be helpful. Feral for Dark Daniel. Yes. And his shoulders. Yes, I've heard the story. Brianna. Yeah, someone sent me a news story that there was a fire at the apartment building, but it didn't look major. I don't know. That was like in the past week there was a fire there. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you. Thanks for a great stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we've gone a little over an hour here. Definitely want to just, it's Sunday afternoon. We'll just kind of hang out and talk a little bit. Why do you think Hawk won't grow back his Hawk? Because Moon likes it, and Demetrius said he would. I never said Hawk wouldn't grow back his Mohawk. I think he will. In fact, maybe Jacob spoiled it on accident while they're shooting season 5. Yeah. Yeah, definitely I think he will grow back. I want him to. I prefer Hawk with the Hawk. So, yeah, these are just, pairings that haven't really come up yet. But maybe hopefully before the end they'll cover these sorts of pairings. No, I don't think he needs to be manipulated by Silver, Anthony. I don't think that'll happen. Any more than Sam joining. People like just, Sam will join Cobra Kai. No, she won't. Like, come on. You know her character. Like, she's not joining Cobra Kai or leaving her father or anything. If she was ever going to leave her father, it would have been in season 4 to join Eagle Fang as their girl fighter. But, that didn't happen. So she's not going anywhere. Yes. This is just one of us is lying. In fact, in the opening moments, you can see Yasmin and young Kreese have sex. It just, I saw the first couple episodes, but I didn't want to sign up for Peacock or whatever it's on. I just watched what I could for free. Agni Kai, I actually think this will be a plot point in season 5. If you're looking at how Daniel handles like an expanding Cobra Kai that he wants to expand, I can see Daniel trying to make Hawk the face of Miyagi-Do for marketing purposes, essentially. Which makes Sam feel a little bit, what's the word? Jealous, upset, pet looked over where she's like, hey, I've been doing this my whole life. Hawk's been in Miyagi-Do for like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, but you're making him the face. So I actually do think that could be a plot point. We'll see where they go with it. But we'll see. Johnny and Robbie's relationship. You may want to rewatch the first couple seasons, but Johnny was kind of an absentee father, as you want to say, from the opening, even from episode 1 with Sid there. How old is Robbie now? 15, 16? When was the last time he saw him? That's Sid, who doesn't actually care about Robbie either, but likes to use Robbie as a way of putting Johnny down. But yeah, Johnny was kind of an absentee father. So I think, nothing like an excuse to rewatch the show from the beginning. Yeah, young Kreese and Yasmin like each other. Yes. If you want to see them get it on, watch the show One of Us is Lying. Teddy is a big fan of it. She'll tell you all about it. Are you still here, Teddy? We'll see. Here's the John's college predictions. Dimitri getting MIT, Miguel Stanford, Hawk UCLA, Sam into USC. We'll see. I like the idea that they all skip college and open their own dojo together. That's always been my prediction. It's the next generation opens their own dojo. Here's the thing about Tori's mom. If we were going to see her, we would have by now. So it seems like the answer is no. I think, we saw them in episode 2 of season 3. And I think the purpose of that was just so like, yes, they actually exist. Tori has a home life, and then we're moving on with the story. Like I ultimately decided if they ever intended, to bring Tori's mom back or her brother, they would have given them something like a credited role. Like the fact that, those characters both had non-credited roles. I don't even know the actor. We don't know the actors who played them, and nobody's asked John, Josh, and Hayden, even people who've interviewed John, Josh, and Hayden. Hey, wait, who was it who played Tori's mom? We don't even know. So I don't think they intend to bring him back. One of Us is Lying. Apparently, yeah, it's based on a book, so Teddy recommends it. Maybe, but I don't know. It seems like Rickenberger left with the stunt team. They just had a new stunt team. I don't know what this means, but no. This Sam joining the dark side. Oh, they are getting a season 2. I think I heard that. Did I heard that? I guess I would have heard it from Teddy, but Um, I think whatever spinoff they go with will be in a different um, time, probably earlier. I don't think like there'll be a new show that picks up literally right where they left off. It'd be interesting. I mean, depending on how it ends. Like like I said, like if it ends with them opening their own new dojo, Miguel and Sam, I guess theoretically that's possible, but I suspect any spinoff will be like Miyagi or something from another time period. Mm. It depends on when you're talking, you know. At the end of season 4, Silver, but maybe before that would have been Kreese in season 3. Well, there you go. The Anthony Bullies, a lot of fun kids. Slow motion didn't bother me. Um, I question a few camera angles. If we're gonna get down to the directing, in the final fights, I do question a few of the camera angles. I think they could have told the story of the fight a little better. But the slow motion was fine. Um, I don't know what you mean by cheesy. But there'll always be a mix of like lighthearted comedy. They're comedy writers, with kind of intense drama and such. So I expect future seasons to be similar to what we've had. Savvy. Um, in the end, I think Johnny ends up back at Cobra Kai because I just don't see how you have the show otherwise. Um, um, I think Eagle Fang may even be done going into season 5, even though it's good for merchandising. But I don't know if it needs to stick around. Oh, yeah, he's talking about when he told Dieter, "I wish your mom called." Yes, I'm almost curious if that was an improv line from Paul Walter Hauser, but yeah, that definitely was a good line. Oh, it wasn't an interview. I think he or someone posted on Instagram he had dyed hair, so it wasn't an interview. Um, or when the opportunity randomly comes. Hmm, it might have been. You could say it was more of a Robbie moment than a Johnny moment. Um, because Robbie was trying to mentor Kenny. But that's sort of where it happened. I love Cobra Kai always with the United States flag. Okay, I'm not sure what you're referring to. The show isn't about propping up Cobra Kai. It's about overcoming it and putting it behind them. I don't know what that means. Easy? What is easy? I don't know. to 2050s. I think someone's looking for a new spinoff here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think Ken Cole talked about that. I honestly don't think so. Like I've always say, like, with these, oh, Mike Barnes is Tori's dad and all that stuff. If they had intended there to be a connection to an existing character from the canon, from the universe, they would have made it clear. They would have made it clear. So, and Dugan isn't like a character that just drops out of nowhere. So I don't think so. Okay. But Johnny is Cobra Kai, as even, Daniel said in season 4 with his eagle fang. I mean, you're essentially teaching Cobra Kai. Okay, so this is a good question. Do you think Robbie would try to convince Kenny to leave Cobra Kai, or will Robbie rejoin for Kenny and Tori's sake? Well, first off, rejoin. I don't think where do people get that Robbie quit? Nowhere. In fact, even as he's talking to Johnny in that final scene there, he's talking about, yeah, we're expanding. He's still talking about it as if he's in Cobra Kai, and one reason I don't necessarily think Robbie's on the way out is because, is he going to abandon Kenny? Kenny doesn't want to leave. And do you think Robbie's just going to be like, well, screw you, Kenny. You got bad, so I'm leaving you. I don't think Robbie's going to do that. So I don't necessarily see that Robbie quit Cobra Kai yet. He has reason to stay, and that reason is Kenny. And the reason is also Tori, by the way. So yeah, Kenny's and Tori's sake. Like, is he just going to drop Kenny and Tori? No, I don't think so. So we'll see how they play this. Obviously, we know Robbie's going to Mexico with Johnny. That's been leaked. That's out there. So we do know that. But I don't necessarily think Robbie has immediately thrown in the towel on Cobra Kai. For Kenny's sake. For Tori. He's not going to abandon Tori. So, we'll see what happens. How will Kreese get out of jail? No, I don't think Johnny will get him out. I don't know. How long will he be in jail? I don't know. Who will Kreese meet? I have an answer to that, but it's a semi-spoiler because I do know something from the casting. But so I don't want to say, but I think they used Kreese in jail to be a little introspective, I guess, if that makes sense. Robbie's in love with Tori. I don't think he's going anywhere without her. Yes. Now, Tori's loyalty is to Kreese, not necessarily with Terry Silver. But so we'll see. But that's why I really do think Silver does somehow manipulate Tori. Maybe it is like money, a job, things she needs, to build her loyalty to him and Cobra Kai. So we'll see. Oh, Leah. I mentioned her in my season 4 review, which you should watch if you haven't yet. She's like the classic character, like carefree, fun-loving girl in the middle. Like I get it. Like Kenny's kind of pining for her, and Anthony's kind of pining for her. And I think she's kind of like oblivious to all of it. She doesn't know like they're fighting each other over her. And she's just like being friendly because she's just like a friendly girl. So I enjoy it. That like kind of Kenny and Anthony are rivaling over her and she doesn't even know it. So, Allie knew that Johnny and Daniel were fighting over her, but I like the idea that Leah doesn't even know it. She's just like this friendly girl who's like kind and fun to everyone. And the boys fight each other and beat each other up. Well, yeah, that's kind of it. Like Silver maybe puts her on the payroll. Silver finds ways to get her loyalty and promotes her as the All Valley champion, blah blah blah. Sure, why not? Hawk and Moon. We'll go a few more minutes here. It's good. I don't know if you mean character, actor. Definitely, I'm loving me some Terry Silver. Um, Daniel and Johnny. Chosen's pretty wild, badass. So, I mean, there's a lot of right answers. I don't know. Hawk, or not Hawk. I mean Miguel. No one's beaten Miguel, at least when he's at full strength. Yeah, some people have asked. I didn't see Rambo 5. I don't know. Um, but anything like Rambo is probably going to be good. So why not? If Leah, oh yeah, I don't think Leah ends up with either of them. I don't even know. They probably never even date her. They fight over her, and they never even date her. She likes another boy, as long as she doesn't like that curly haired boy. um, I like the idea that Leah's just like a friendly girl and is like friendly to both of them. Um, oblivious that they're like, oh, yeah. Someone asked this earlier. The Mexico. I mean, it could go half the season. I really don't know. It really just depends on how much they have going on down there. Well, John, that's the thing with writing. Is there a reason she? No, there isn't. Not as it is, but you just write a reason. You know, she and Daniel kept in touch, and then she's stopping in to visit her family again or something. Who knows? So yeah, we're all ready for season 5. They're in post production. As I've said, I think the earliest it could come out is late summer. I don't see it coming before then. Um, they're starting to ramp up with Stranger Things. So Stranger Things is coming, in 2 waves, and then there's some other shows, but I think late summer is like the earliest season 5 will come. Roundtable, it will Barnes be upset. It ultimately comes down to just how they decide to write it. Do they write it that maybe Terry Silver paid him some money and all's good, or is he still pissed off at him? I mean, it ultimately depends on how they write. Decide what happened after Karate Kid 3. We get the impression that there was some stuff and Kreese took off, but maybe Terry Silver offered Kreese a job, and some things we do know some stuff happened. So what happened after Karate Kid 3? There's always a chance of a random encounter. I don't know how else to answer that. There's always a chance of a Hawk feels betrayed. Well, maybe, but Hawk is friends with Dimitri now, so Hawk joined Miyagi-Do. So we'll see. Yeah, it could be. We'll see what they have in mind. I hope it's not that late, but it is true. But I'm thinking of covering House of the Dragon, which is coming this year, but it doesn't have a release date. That'll be like on HBO, because I'd like to cover something else. I don't know. Is anyone looking forward to that? Because it's something I've been thinking about. That it's ripe for some good commentary and analysis. And I read the book it's based on, so I know like where it's going. We'll see. It's not that he's happy. I mean, he knows it. He went into the deal knowing what it was. Like, it's not like, they asked him to come beat this LaRusso guy. Like, it's not like he was unaware of the deal and the situation. So, well, I think maybe we'll wrap up. Yeah, same with me. I'm not interested in the Lord of the Rings show, but I think House of the Dragon at least has potential, especially for some like YouTube videos and stuff. So I think there's like potential, and I'd love to get in on a show when it starts. So we'll see. Yeah, he was using Cobra Kai, but he really did fall for Tori. So I think they'll still date. He's not gonna just drop her. Like, he's not gonna drop her. Clarence beats all the fighters. Okay. And on that, we'll take it, leave it there. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna work on a video. It'll either be on Cobra Kai and Kreese and some changes to their philosophy, or, maybe we'll look at if I can find what Mary was saying, this interview everyone's talking about. But I'm going to take care, everyone. Thank you for coming in, and we'll try maybe do some more live streams or stuff. Obviously we're in a news